Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
You'll probably notice something a little bit different this week. And that is that I'm not wearing black.
And I am.
And you are. Because I'll tell you why. It's kind of like, did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Right, well, there's a character in it who always wears suits. Except to, like, funerals. Because he's like, suits are fun things. It shouldn't be. So I think that I'm being adverse in that Halloween is for life. It's not just for Christmas. So everybody else is going to be wearing black, and I just did a little...
It's like Buffy. In Buffy, the vampires don't come out at Halloween.
Do they not?
No.
Because it's too, like,
it's too,
cliche.
Yeah. Well, do you want
I
to know
love this, by the way.
This is 13 to 14-year-old girls, Marks and Spencer's.
Fucking see if you can get into that, baby.
I'm glad that Marks and Spencer's do
I love it.
cater for the bigger girl. Because otherwise I wouldn't fit in it.
But you know what? That is funky and class because you're wearing it. See, if a woman wears that, it's just sad.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I should standing there with this t-shirt on and a leopard print jacket, up at the thing, drinking a Cosmopolitan up in the bar.
With a woolen hat on.
Going like this,
absolutely.
It's the cowgirl for me.
I used to go to Orange Academy.
Can I just say, I would like to take this brief moment to give a big shout out to everybody that came along to the Kitch Sisters' first supper club. We held a Samhain supper club on Friday. My beautiful friend Aoife, who's in the studio today,
Aoife
did all of the cooking, actually grew it, picked it, prepared it, then fucking cooked it, because that's the kind of bitch she
Farm
is.
to fork.
Farm to fork, literally. And it was fab. We have our own little thing. We just decided, you know what? We're going to do it. So, you know the way people talk about, we should get together sometime. We should actually do something. And you never do it.
Especially once you get into your 30s, it's so difficult to say, I can't do it that, I can't do it that day, I can't do it that day.
Yeah. So it's like we have legislated fun, right?
Yes.
So we started this little group and it's open to everyone. It's called Kitch Sisters. And it is, yes.
Really
do you like my earrings? They're so Kitch Sisters. You'll like
That's so kitsch. Stop trying to make kitsch happen, Gretchen.
It's not going to happen, but it is going to happen.
But it's happening
so we get together, we do arts and crafts
stuff. It's like a wee Claddagh earring, isn't
it? It's a Claddagh earring.
It's
you
lovely.
can get these at your local Kitch market. If you see Aoife at the market, say hey.
Hey, Fa.
Also, like, look at this.
Lovely.
ADHD live.
ADHD live. I whenever I was at the cabaret, did you say you're Aoife? There was a girl called Aoife in the audience.
Follow us on Instagram.
And I was like, oh, and what's your name, love? And she went, Aoife. And as I got there, I'm Protestant, not fucking stupid. I've heard the name Aoife before. What the fuck's going on? Do you know what I mean? But it was like, yes. So where is it? So where is the next? Do you have like a stall?
So where's the next?
A main stall, or is there?
Yeah. So our next market's Conway Mill.
Conway Mill.
The 30th of November.
It's beautiful actually in Conway Mill. You like inside, you go. It's an indoor market, but there's like loads of different stalls and wares and things like that. Is there a profit of that going to support the Palestinians?
Yep, all the profits from the market.
All the profits from the market
support the women in North Gaza.
Go to support the women in North Gaza. So, you heard it here probably last, but make sure.
They're like they're all sitting wearing their kitchen jewelry. I'm going to say, fucking get with it, Bronagh. We've been wearing this for months.
But I just love this because I was like, we're doing this. We're bringing back the big earring.
The big hoop.
The bougie big hoop. Yeah.
Hopes.
I love big hoops and I cannot lie.
You other brothers can't, didn't I? Yeah.
Anybody wondering why the lights are flickering on and off? I'm hitting with Frisson. It's meant to be spooky. It's meant to be spooky. It's not. We're not like failing to pay our electric bill or not.
Is this a bad time to say that I've got photosensitive epilepsy? No, I'm only joking.
Enjoy your trip.
Enjoy it. Well, I guess. Yes, I do have to apologise as well because, like, on Friday you might have been celebrating Samhain, but on Thursday you were getting murdered. By me at the tights.
Oh God, right. Drama.
So Coven Comedy put together a live a live Traders, and I have to say it was
It was
much
the best
fun
I've ever had with clothes on.
It was like living in a board game. It was amazing. I felt like we were there. So yes, I was in Banana Block, run by Coven Comedy, which is the love child of Sarah Furby. And yeah, put together and hosted by Keely Ray Minogue, who she is Keely Ray Winkle-Nogue.
Winkle. You.
She was so good.
So anybody who hasn't seen the show, which I hadn't actually.
I hadn't seen it.
Basically, the task is that you've got 10 people around a table. 3 of them have been told that they are traitors and that they need to convince everyone else that they are not. And everybody else is to try and suss them out and eliminate. So we were doing it as in touts and loyalists. I was over in East Belfast and they told me I was a loyalist and I was like, okay, this is new, right?
This is a new thing.
Bronagh,
They've
East
really,
Belfast,
they really,
loyalist.
they really embraced you.
They really did, yeah. I
They
was
made
like,
you
I'm
one of their own. I'm one of
Yeah.
you. I'm a
Yeah, man.
loyalist.
But do you want to know something?
Uh-huh.
I was on to you from the start.
Were you? Mm-hmm. That's why I had to murder you.
But because of my love for you,
And that's why, right, so...
I didn't say to anybody that
I was
I
a
thought
traitor,
you were a
aka
traitor.
a tout, and Bronagh was a
He
loyalist.
fucking murdered me,
And
guys.
I couldn't sit next to you because I knew that she would pick up on the vibe right away. So I don't know if you noticed, but like I was sort of sitting.
I noticed you were avoiding
Did
it.
you? I was
like
avoiding
a fucking
you.
bad smell.
And then, so I had to, and then you kept one of. So the way the way this game worked, which I think it works better than the real TV show because it's based on clues. So as the game progresses, the table is given clues as to who the traitors, the touts, actually are.
In the real TV show, you've like little to nothing to go on.
You've
Right.
not. It's
Really?
complete.
It's just all and it's body language and stuff like that.
So
So-
me and my husband, we binge watched it to get an idea of it.
Right.
So you were there. So one of the challenges was everybody was called up to see a picture of an animal, except the traders would see a
Weren't
blank
showing
screen.
A picture. You just were showing a black screen.
We were just saying, you are a tout. This is a blank. This is a blank screen. That's what we saw.
But you had
we
to
got-
let on that you saw the animal too.
We had to let on that we had seen it too.
Now, when I walked up, the animal was a duck-billed platypus. So I instantly looked at you're thinking Parry from fucking Phineas and Ferb, which I didn't cotton on to at first. But the thing was, I had turned to Kaylee and said, "Isn't that a duck-billed platypus?" Because maybe I'm pedantic as fuck, right? Anyone else, the world's platypus, right? And I was like, "Is that a duck-billed platypus?" And Kaylee was like, "I can't say," right? So I was like, "Very helpful, thank you." And I sat down. Continue.
Well, you sat down and then we got up and I said, but I heard you saying to William, what did the platypus look like? Mm-hmm. So I was like, obviously it's a platypus. Because I didn't they were all talking about cartoons, Phineas and Ferb, and I was able to deflect it to go,
I was too old.
I'm
to
a wee bit
remember
old,
them.
I don't really
but
know
I
that
got that
program.
because I too didn't
I
realise
was
that it
too
was a
old.
cartoon. Whenever they said it was a cartoon, they never said it was in a cartoon.
no.
They just said it was a cartoon. So I was like,
So I was thinking, is it Arthur? And I said, because I didn't know. And then Bronagh kept saying, like, what did it look like? What was it sitting at? What did it look like in the photograph? Like,
And
what
then
way was it
my
sitting?
specific question was, what angle was the photograph taken from?
What angle was the photograph taken from?
So David started to get the shites because I figured out that Anne-Marie was a type then. Because I was like, what angle was the photograph taken? Because me and Dave were kind of like working together. And it's so mad because you get so suspicious. I was even starting to doubt myself and go, is Dave a fucking doubt? Do you know what I mean?
Dave Elliott.
Yeah, and so I said to Anne-Marie, I said to David, Elliot, what angle was the photograph from? And he went, bird's eye view, straight up, and it was in water. And I was like,
but I
"Sweet."
heard that, and I was like, because then
That's
Dave,
what you cast doubt on me, you nosy wee fucker, because I went, maybe David isn't a doubt.
because Dave asked me, Dave Elliott, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, I am so sorry that I toyed with your emotions because I looked you dead in the eye and I went, Dave, I promise I'm not the tout. And me and Dave created like a false alliance at the end of that table to get
You're a
everybody else out,
bastard.
and then once he knew it was me, I had to get rid of him.
Yeah. Dave was sus of you,
Uh-huh.
and
But then
me
whenever
and
he
Dave-
went, how is it? And I went, no, I was like bird's eye, like this. And then he went, oh, no, it's not you then.
Aye.
Like this. So I had him on.
Yeah.
But you kept asking questions and then,
Anne-Marie, she was like, what do you mean by the angle? But what?
Did Anne-Marie not say
was
something
it
like-
from the left or the right?
Well-
I said to her, and she went, oh, the left. And I was like,
oh no, see, Anne-Marie, yeah.
Anne-Marie's a tight. And then I get murdered.
Well, that was because you got murdered straight away because you were asking too many questions.
Yeah, that's the thing. Seeing the traitors in the actual show, you have to be fucking anonymous
Very circumspect about
for
everything that
the
you're
whole
asking.
thing. See, if you're the one who's trying to work it out, you get put out.
See, I was.
If you are like really,
But I can say, see, as soon as my ass get put on that chair, I was like, Anne-Marie's a tout, David's a tout. And like I knew McKegney was a tout from the very start. Because there was just a wee moment where whenever one of the text messages was read out, I went, that sounds like something you would say. And he actually just went, they got
He just like
He
agreed.
just told me.
Then another thing is something that a good tactic that people use is that they pick on one person
Yeah.
to like call them out, because if you're calling out one person and you do get murdered, then and you genuinely think that person is a traitor, if you constantly call them out and then you die, then that exposes them for being a traitor.
Yes.
But
Oh my God, so
they
it's
can't
like
they can't
mad.
with you.
So wait, and I had to like. So the three traitors were James McKechnie, Anne Marie, and me. And once all the wolves were sniffing around Anne Marie, I was like, I'm voting for her out because I have to sacrifice her.
Do you know how I
Who's
knew
needed.
that you were touts as well?
Uh-huh.
Whenever it came, you were the only one that actually voted for Anne Marie. See, everyone else was voting for Anne Marie except for the other two touts. And I went,
So
I'm
who
taking
won?
Their touts. The touts won. Naturally.
So it was me and James McKechnie
you and
at the
James
end of
McKechnie.
it.
You know, it wasn't real life because it had been shot out the back.
Shout out the back because we were we were at the end and I have to say, like, the room, you could hear the room was a real half and half split, because you could hear the people who knew it was us for a long time, and then you could hear the people who had no idea, and they had so you could hear them going, you know, like it was like a real mixture of the two.
Yeah.
It was
I didn't expect it to be that much fun. Like, I really didn't.
I felt like whenever it ended,
I wish
I
was
felt
it
like it
was
had
it
been
not
on for
recorded
days.
in any way?
it would have been nice. It would have been good
It
for it
would
to
have
be
been
recorded.
great.
It was
I think in
so
future they
good.
should get you guys in to like just
Definitely.
freeball it.
I would love. I love the traitors.
Yeah,
We've-
I'll say
we've
too.
got a wee bit addicted to it in the house, but last night I had to stop watching it because we're binge watching the second series, and we're sort of halfway through the second series, and there's a guy called Paul in it who's pure Patrick Bateman his way through the traitors, and it's fucking annoying me. I
What
actually
do you
couldn't
mean?
see-
What does that mean?
So like he's being like a pure like sociopath about it, like he's being like going through, like he's making friends with everybody,
Right.
but like in the background whenever, so they, for anybody who watches it, you know, like they get like even like a talking head with everybody's different, all the different people have a talking head.
Yeah.
And like he's in the background going, you know, like, oh, and my plan's gonna really work and blah blah blah, and like he's got a smug
Yeah.
face. Do you know what? Maybe in real life he's a lovely guy,
Yeah.
but in it I actually can't.
I
hack him
think
at
that
all.
even whenever you go and you're being cast for a show like that, they rigorously question you, and then they, you know, like, see how you interact with other people, and some people will play that up because they want to be picked. But also, I think the people who play that up, you may go, oh, it's only the way he's carrying on, but you go, but even to do that, you're a dick.
Well, it's
Do you know what I
but
mean?
you have to realise that, like, yes, people see you on TV and go, like, you know, they don't know all your life and all what's going on. They're
Yeah.
seeing this two-dimensional image that the production company is creating of you, but the production company can only make a story out of what you give. So if you're given that and they create it,
They want to blame it on the edit.
blame it on the edit, which
Blame it on the
sometimes
edit.
is.
It is
sometimes
true,
that
yeah.
is a thing, but sometimes
Yeah.
you also have to go, what did I say on camera? What did I say in my
Yeah.
confessionals? What did I...
Yeah.
And you kind of have to sort of go, you know, play it a wee bit smart, because you have to live your life after the TV programme, because people might go, you're an absolute asshole and I hate you.
People throwing cabbages at you whenever you're
This
just trying to
week's
walk down the
word
road.
of the week is cunt.
Yeah.
I can't stand him.
No, can't stand
He's a fuck.
Oh my god.
What
yeah.
is our word of the week?
Our word of the week is
Frisson.
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 Because it's Halloweeny, Schmetterini.
Yes.
Samhain,
Samhain.
I thought frisson. I like to say frisson.
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 Nasal-
Frisson.
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 Frisson. But
I'm Frisson.
you do say
Put the heat on.
You can. People would say a frisson as well, wouldn't they? Like a frisson of whatever.
No one in my acquaintance, but I'd imagine
I would
so.
imagine the plebeians.
imagine the
use
proletariats
frissons.
would say that, the pros.
Yeah. Frut.
A frisson.
A
But a
frisson.
frisson, yes.
So a frisson is simply a feeling, and it can be like, it's a frisson. It's like a quick feeling of like excitement or fear.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it'll just happen upon you.
It's like
So you'll
a-
get a
Get your
fris-
frisson. Come on,
Frisson.
get your
Get your
Frisson.
Get your get your
Frisson. Dun, 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 dun.
yeah. My leg went dead there. Yeah.
Did you get a free song?
Missing me, give me now.
When
And
you-
my heart is round. Welcome to the ADHD podcast. Where nothing makes sense and life doesn't matter.
Nothing doesn't.
We should have just called this the ADHD podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but yes, free
Word
song.
up. What's words?
Have you ever do you know that supposedly people who, I seen this on like a news thing, a segment that appeared probably knowing me about 25 years ago, but we're going to say it the other week.
Yeah.
And it was about how they were doing MRI scans on people's brain to determine what area of the brain was responsible for giving people goosebumps.
Okay.
So if there are only, say, I think the way it worked is like, say, 60-40 in terms of not everybody gets goosebumps whenever they listen to music. Right?
That's so strange. That for me, that fact falls into some people cannot visualize things in their brain.
Is that true?
Like some people cannot. If you said to somebody, like, yeah, what,
A red bus.
picture a red bus. It's like they cannot imagine it. It's a pure. They need
They have no
purely.
mind's eye.
What's that called?
They've
No
their
mind's eye.
mind's eye.
They've no
Do you know
mind's
that's
eye.
Shakespearean? The term
In
mind's
mind's
eye.
eye?
Yeah, well, obviously he's probably lifted it from fucking someone, not a main thing.
Probably.
But that appears in Shakespeare. I can see it in my mind's eye.
I see it in my mind's eye. Do you know? So like for me, that's that kind of like that. Not everybody gets goosebumps listening to music. Falls into the same thing because it's sort
Do
of
you
like
ever-
what?
What? You don't? Like, do you ever make yourself sad? Or,
Oh.
you imagine that you're like the main character in the music video.
I do that.
Everybody likes to sit looking out a
Every
rainy
single
window
time.
listening to Everybody Hurts. Do you know what I mean?
Every
Like,
single time I listen to any music, I am directing a music video
Me
in
too.
my head. Every single
I've come
song.
up with
Slow mo
crackers.
shot of you like in the car at the window doing this here.
I am color blind. But like, it's just one of them things you do, isn't it? Even with a fun one or like a happy. Like, do you ever get yourself the goosebumps whenever you're listening to a song and then you have to rewind it to that wee bit because you're like, I'm going to do that again?
I do that to Celine songs all the time.
What bits? Squealing Dion?
Celine Dion.
Celine.
Shit.
Celine Dion!
Because I mean, I don't know if this has come up before, but I love Celine Dion. Celine
There
Dion,
were
like,
nights of endless pleasure.
I love her. Like a few cuts.
Squealing Dion!
See?
Or shit.
Let's talk about love. You are the reason.
You are the
You are the
reason.
reason.
Can
I
you do her
wake
like
up
her
every
voice?
day.
When she's like
Through
saying,
the night.
"Come on, Montreal."
Come on, my girl. Renee. I love her.
I will sing again.
I will sing again.
I will sing.
Oh, that's for sure.
But I love it whenever somebody sent me it and it was like me whenever I'm doing, so they take the karaoke mic off me because I'm too I will sing again.
You're going up to the DJ right away with your next request. Oh yes.
Do you want to know what I did?
That is for sure. I will be singing again.
My very last night of drinking.
Was it Celine Dion song?
No, it was a karaoke though. And I went up 2 times in a row and done the same song. Didn't realise it. 2 trailer
You
pop
were like
girls
this.
around me
Was that the
outside.
straw broke a camel's
That was
back?
a strawberry. I did
They got that.
Eminem without me, without my fucking wits about me.
She sang
Twice.
Eminem twice. That's Eminem and Eminem.
Eminem. I swear to God. And our nanny
M
came up
squared.
to me and was like,
M's cute. M's cute.
MC squared.
Uh,
But my cousin came up to me and was like, Bruna, say it, there's a microphone. And I was like, she was like,
I will
will
sing
sing
again.
again.
That is for sure.
She's like-
Oh, that is for sure.
have you
I've
ever
done this whenever there's a microphone sitting there and
Bruna.
I grab the microphone.
Have you ever
Alley.
been in a karaoke bar where the DJ just throws in a couple for themselves?
Ah.
Oh,
know, like-
That's every karaoke show.
Yeah.
It's basically, he couldn't get booked as a gig to do his own set.
Yeah.
So he's just singing all the karaoke songs and occasionally a Latin
We
audience
were
member
in
get
a-
up.
we were in a kind of like it was a nice bar. It did nice food. It was nice and clean, but it was kind of like an upscale dive bar in Boston.
Orange's Academy.
And when you it was
Orange is
do you know
Gambling.
what? That was the place to be. That was the
Sean's ma used to go.
It was all a go. It was all a go. It was all a go in the
Did
1978.
your ma ever go to
Did your ma ever go there?
I need to ask her.
Does she ever mention it?
Ask her if she's ever been. Apparently,
must
it's a
say.
thing.
You must, because it might. I don't know now. I think that might have been.
Right, we're getting too in, joking.
We're getting too in, joking. It might have been. But she. But it was just great getting in to like. It was just great watching people getting up. Number one, people who know that they're crap singers, or people who. Do you ever go to karaoke and people pick a song thinking they know it, and then the words come up and you can see in their face that they go,
Guilty.
"Oh, I've only ever heard the chorus of this song and I don't know it."
I was like that with the Macarena.
Were
As
you?
a kid, I insisted that
Did
I
you
could
think it
sing
was?
No, I thought it was 1, Maca 2, Maca 3, Macarena. And the Spanish
Maca
guy,
1, Maca 2, Maca 3, Macarena.
the
How
Spanish
many
guy,
Macas does it take it to
How many
Macarena?
Macas is in this?
it doesn't take a Macarena. He was like, no, you can't say it. It's too hard. And I was like,
You don't sing. You listen.
I was like, you call me a Jew?
Everybody.
Fuck free Palestine.
Everybody is different, and you are one that listen to music.
Yeah. You have a faith for radio.
You talk and tell a story,
Yeah.
but you not sing.
I get that. I get that all the time. No, if I'm playing in a bar and you look down and you see someone who like they think they know the song, but you see their wee mouth going.
Like
And it happened in Portadown. There was this wee man, God love him, sitting on his own with a wee like thing of whiskey, and I looked
Wee
down at
dram,
him,
wee
and I was
dram
singing a
whiskey.
Razor, and I could just see him going. And I was kind of like,
Like a
let it
wee
go,
fish.
you don't know it.
Yeah.
I'm
Erase
not
your
gonna-
memory, or did
Sure.
I'm not going to be offended if I don't
That's
see
the
you trying to
man,
sing
man.
along.
Yeah,
He's
dear love.
has a man of respect.
That's everybody singing a nice anthem. Like,
I was one. I know. I was one of those really annoying kids that like used to correct people whenever they got the words wrong. Like you sang that wrong. It's today. It's gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you, and then you're
Gonna be a
end up
day.
with a fat lip.
I got no friends sitting and listening to Oasis on your fucking own.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to listen to it.
I
you're
can't keep
fucking
lyrics in my
jam.
head.
But see,
I can't
look,
hear them.
But listen, you can't hear lyrics. In you.
Like, no, it's not that I can't hear it. It's like, I just can't remember them ever.
Really?
I'm listening to like
Oh,
everything
I
else
remember
in the music apart
instead
from the
of
words.
remembering like how to withdraw money from the bank or my PIN number, I'll remember all of the words to Saturday Night by Wakefield. Like, not that there's that many.
But everything, no, it's not. She wasn't a great lyricist.
Saturday.
She was no
Saturday.
Like she's literally, they've
Saturday.
been writing that song and went, it's gonna go something like da 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 dum dee dee da dee da da
Like, just stop right there. You got it.
You got it.
If it
got
ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't.
But there-
This is
Even-
from the Baroque period,
This is
and I
bad.
always say, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it.
like, there's songs
Sorry.
I've been performing live for years and I still can't remember the words
Like
of them.
what?
Just covers of everything.
But Celine
See,
says that whenever she's
This
singing, it's
isn't
all
a cover,
coming back
it's an
to me now.
interpretation.
I always sing in Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen. Like, I don't even know what the line is. It's got that far that I actually
can't
think
actually-
I can't remember
It's too
what
far
I
gone.
initially
You have
remembered.
confabulated
I've
the line.
confabulated a whole new line, and I sing, I'm just singing in a dump like this.
Yes.
Do you know what the line is?
No, what is it?
I know I don't know. I say more than like because
I
I
don't
would
know
like
what
to
it
know
is,
what I'd
but
like to know. But
I
it's
will
too late now.
forever-
You'll not know it.
No.
Even if
My-
I told you it.
My sister, we have spoke about this before, but I'm going to speak about it again because I think I didn't tell you this one. My sister is the queen of misheard song lyrics,
love it.
and she will double, triple down, right? And even though Google exists now,
Yes.
you know the way it used to be, you got the wee sleeve
Like
and you
this?
looked at all the lyrics and you were like, see, you were wrong.
I've got the Let's Talk About Love album by Celine Dion here. I think kind of like donated to us by Jasmine
Jazz.
Sierra.
Jasmine Sierra.
Jasmine Sierra.
But our Michelle thought that, you know, The Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
Sing the first few lines of that.
Just like a
Just like a
white-winged
white
dove.
dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh.
Hey, who? Do you know what Michelle was singing?
What?
And it's to the I have
What's
now.
I'm pre-laughing. Selma.
Just like a one-winged dove sings a song, just like
a one-winged dove flies around in circles.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh.
Nicole was saying one the other day, there's a song by Foo Fighters called Alandria, right?
Right.
Like a woman's name. And it goes like, You and White Army, Alandria. But she kept saying White Andrea.
White Andrew.
I was going, word. What? How did you get that from that?
Do you not remember that?
I
Remember,
oink
was
White,
it,
White Andrea.
what did you call that? Was
Purple.
it Jordan Sparks? Remember Jordan Sparks? Better go get your armor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love as a battle.
song.
But I worked with a girl and she said, better go stick your arm up. Like, what is that? Better
I
go
love it.
stick your
Your
arm
arm
up.
up,
It's
yeah.
like, what is that?
Black
Like
Lives Matter.
Black Lives Solidarity, Black Panthers.
Yeah.
So-
Well, my hair tall.
Yes. We were going to see Lizzo, and Aoife obviously goes all in. Like, that girl, you give her a theme, she is ready. She's got everything themed, right?
All in.
So it was Lizzo, and Aoife was like, yeah. And she had her hair all boof, you know, like proper Lizzo, big hair, looking great. And I was like, yeah, girl, you got it. And she was like, I just thought, you know, like the song, I do my hair tall, check my nails. And I was like,
okay, fuck.
babe,
It's all very well talking
it's
about
her toss.
it's all very well people not in the room.
Yeah, but just sitting
You're
here.
sitting here right in front of us. Like.
I do my hair tall. She got the memo.
The vibe was right.
The vibe was right.
The
But it's
vibe
just, I'm
was
just,
right.
I'm really glad it didn't say, like, I do my hair green. Do you know what I mean?
Because you'd been like, what?
Why do you look like a tree?
What's all happening here?
Yeah,
I
what's
need you to
going
break
on?
us down for me.
I had a wee frisson of
Had we
excitement.
Frisson.
Yeah. When was the last time you had a frisson?
Oh,
When I was single.
I would say, I don't know. I do have frissons all the time, but then I do probably suffer from like emotional overwhelm
Yeah.
by things.
Do you ever get like a frisson and you know that someone is with you? Right, since it's spooky day, like you know, whenever
Veil
like,
between the
do you ever like
worlds.
somebody walks over your grave? Do you-
Mm-hmm.
because I know that's like a thing where we live. Like your granny'd say somebody's just walked over your grave.
I would
You got
say,
shivers
somebody's
you
walked
get a
over
wee
my-
shiver.
Uh-huh. Oh, somebody's walked over my grave.
Aye, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not even in it yet.
I'm not even on.
But a wee frisson of like, or you get that wee moment
Like an
of fear.
unexpected one.
Like that's the way I describe panic attacks to people who haven't had one. I'm like, do you ever get that wee moment like before you nearly get hit by a bus and you go fuck, and your whole heart's in your throat and
No.
the adrenaline rush, just gonna hit by a car. But
Don't remember.
but it's that, but forever,
It's hit back here.
you know. But it lasts. It lasts.
Instead of it just being that moment, it
if
won't
it's
go
not
away.
a frisson, it freezes on and on and on
If it's
and
not
on
a
and
free
on.
song, it's a panic attack.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
If you are not
full-scale nervous
a free
breakdown.
song, it's like
It's a freeze on and on,
on
and on,
I
and
can't
on.
get this free
I
song.
just said that and you cunts didn't laugh, but it's okay.
Sorry.
Not me.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Saw.
He's on a penguin.
Fuck you. Then.
No, thank you. But what? Read the joke from the penguin. Do they still
Look,
have
that's a
jokes?
good one.
Oh, you said I didn't say it was good. Like, how do penguins get around
I don't know.
on a bicycle?
Should have not fit on though.
Here, but like this will
Their feet
redeem
wouldn't
it.
reach the pedals.
Should haven't done their cycling proficiency. Yeah, no fucking-
It's one I'll redeem for. Why was the penguin's head so cold?
I don't know.
Because he was wearing a nice cap.
Fuck's sake.
Do penguins like one of the rare words in English that is like a Welsh, because it means white head.
Penguin.
Does it?
Pen is head and
Penguin?
Gwen. Penguin.
So,
Like a pale head.
is Gwen like somebody who's white?
Like pale. Because like Guinevere means a
Pale.
pale shadow.
Oh.
Guinevere.
Guinevere. Wee Gwen.
It's like
Guinevere.
Welsh, which is
Who
like,
see if there's a person. Let's play this game.
let's play this game.
If there's someone from here called Gwen, tell me about them.
Gwen is 65, divorced
Twice.
probably twice.
Lives by the sea.
Lives by the sea now. Like she lives in Malile now.
Yeah.
But she used
Yes.
to live.
She definitely does
Ballymena.
live in Milan.
She lives in Malile.
She's she worked as a finance administrator.
No, I think.
The doctor's surgery.
Yeah, she worked as a
Ah,
receptionist
Oh,
in
I
the
was
doctor's
thinking-
surgery, and she made good of herself.
And
you know,
she used
got
to
out
love
of here.
going down to the caravan in Malile, so that whenever she retired, she bought herself a wee house.
No, she bought herself the caravan. She lives in it now.
She lives in it now, and she does angel card readings on Facebook.
Aye,
Yes.
that's Gwen.
And she used to go to the dances.
Gwen does be doing it.
That's
how
Gwen. I know her.
That's how Gwen. That's how Gwen bees. That's just how Gwen bees.
Like fuck.
Gwen
I
bees.
just be reading cards like fuck.
Fuck. That's like, but yeah. For anybody who doesn't remember, that's my brother. my brother was like in America and he was telling a story about, and he was seeing like a guy beg, and he was like, this guy was just outside the shop begging like fuck.
Yeah.
And
Like, how can you do something so inactive like fuck?
I was standing at the bus stop like fuck.
I was waiting about like fuck.
I was waiting a bit like fuck.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's eating that Mars bar like fuck.
See, he loves meditating. He meditates like
He
fuck.
meditates like fuck.
Meditates. You want to see them praying like fuck?
He's fucking doing yoga like fuck.
Yeah.
Bring
He was
Meg-
sunbathing like fuck.
sunbathing like fuck.
Mate. Yeah.
Sitting on a plane like fuck.
Sitting on a plane like fuck. Look, he's
He was on the bus like fuck. You want to see him? He was bus to Dublin like
Tennis
fuck.
laces like fuck.
He does his
Doing
tax
the
like
most
fuck.
sedentary thing like fuck.
He was looking at his way. Like he was checking Facebook like fuck.
I do feel like you can check Facebook.
I do.
Yeah,
Like
funny.
fuck, it's a state of mind. It's not an action.
No.
Do you know
Like
what I mean?
fuck.
100%.
No.
State
She's,
of mind.
look, they're getting married like fuck up her.
Look, he hates her like fuck.
They're on holiday like
Get
fuck.
that on a t-shirt
He
right
getting
now.
on a t-shirt like fuck.
It's a state
I'm
of
wearing this t-shirt like fuck.
You are wearing a t-shirt like fuck.
Yeah.
I'm wearing
Like,
this
'cause you can
t-shirt
be
like fuck.
running like fuck.
Yeah.
Standing there like fuck.
You're fighting like fuck.
Fighting like fuck. Yeah. Slabbering like fuck.
I think at this point, though, we have overtaken 4 weddings and a funeral for the amount of times that you've said fuck within a 5 minutes.
My phone's charging like fuck.
We're saying like, oh, your phone's charging like fuck.
Do you know what? Have you ever got like one of them superchargers and you go for
You
it?
go
It's charging
charging
like
like
fuck.
He eats like fuck.
It's like, I have it like fuck on occasion, like I have to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Would you do fucking like fuck?
Fucking like fuck.
Fucking like fuck.
was
He
fucking
fucks
her
like fuck.
It was fucking like fuck.
It doesn't make sense when you actually use it like that.
Jesus
Fucking her like
Christ.
fuck.
He was fucking. He was writing her.
Demonetized.
He was raiding her like fuck and she's like, ah.
She's taking it like fuck.
She was
She was just laying there like fuck,
she was lying there like fuck.
making the beds like fuck.
She's sleeping like fuck.
They were coming over. And
I've heard people saying sleeping like fuck.
Sleeping. See, last night I slept like fuck.
I slept like fuck. Who is fucking? Why do they sleep so well?
Fuck. Why did their parents name them that?
I
Do you know
know.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We fuck head McGinty.
We fuck McGinty. Well, until I was 15, I thought my name was fuck up.
Fuck up.
There's fuck McD.
Who's fuck my knee?
Or sweet fuck up. My table's fuck.
Fuck my table.
Do you know what I mean? How do you say I really hurt myself on your coffee table in Chinese? I banged my fucking knee.
Or just this. Do you ever like, and you're trying your, do you ever like hit yourself and you haven't felt the pain yet,
No.
and you do this, or you've cut yourself,
Do you ever hurt and you know right away you go grey?
you go.
I know this is bad,
I'm gonna
but
wait
you're
a wee
afraid to
minute.
look at it.
One time Alan went in. We were doing.
That's a Frisson.
Was it where we were doing the guest? Well, we're not the guest thing that you can think of.
The gayest
Not the
thing
guest
or
thing,
guest?
but the gayest.
Oh, because you did have a guest house, so there I
We
went
did.
to
We
the
did.
guest house.
No, we were.
That is a gay thing,
We were gonna make ourselves some strawberries and cream, right? I know, which is so fucking.
To play or
So,
just...
oh no, just eat.
Right, okay.
That's a waste of fucking. That's a waste of strawberries and cream.
it's
Who's gonna clean that up?
expensive.
I couldn't do that. I'm gonna have to change all these
enjoy
sheets.
it, no.
I couldn't relax enough to go. Oh, this is fucking.
You've just given me a memoir and volunteer.
Memoir volunteer.
Right, okay, and I've never remembered this before, and therefore I have never said it out loud.
Okay.
I woke up one morning,
Like fuck.
like fuck. Just
Remembering
woke
like
up,
fuck?
Hungover like
I'm
fuck.
remembering like fuck.
I'm
right now.
remembering something like fuck, yeah. I woke up and I'd had a laugh. We'd all went out for the night after work and we had a lock-in.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up like fuck one morning with a hangover and I was like, get down to make myself a cup of coffee. And I talk about this in my show about, Tourette's hangovers where you remember something and you go, fuck! Right? And
Oh.
I was just making my coffee, going about my daily business, like not really thinking of anything. And I went, there's a terrible smell. What the and I was actually pulling out, and it was only whenever I pulled out the milk for the coffee that I smelt it, because I went, smells like sour. Oh fuck!
Oh.
right? And I got a flashback.
Were you like, that's so Raven?
Yeah, that's what it was. Of me
That's so Bronagh.
allowing this guy who I was going with to squirt like squirty
Cream on your
cream
daddies.
all over me, and I clearly didn't wash it off because it was licked off.
But it was still
But the smell was like
like
sour milk.
cream and slobbers.
It just smelled so bad, guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do my tits smell like sour milk?
Your tits are stinking like fuck.
And then I had that wee moment where I remembered the squirty cream. And it just came to me there. And I could have done with forgetting that my whole life and only remembering that on my deathbed. But then I'm glad it's over with now.
You've faced that demon.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't have all that mess. Even like if somebody sent you like a wedding invitation and there's glitter and all on it and it goes on your front floor, fuck it, I'm not going to your wedding and I'm sending you a shite in a box to open on your wedding day.
So covered in glitter.
And you're covered in that glitter.
Invoice for a cleaning fee.
You
Like,
can polish a turd.
Glitter is the lice of the craft room.
It's gay lace.
It's gay lice. Yeah, that is. It is. It's gay lice.
It's
Like it
gay-
gets everywhere.
Gay dandruff.
It goes everywhere. You can't get rid of it.
It's not allowed.
Yeah.
Not allowed. Nobody. So right.
Lee doesn't let you use glitter, does he?
Barred.
Aoife's husband has barred glitter from the household.
I agree with Lee. Unless you've got a crafts room and you go you in.
She does have a crafts room,
Glitter
but the
things
glitter
like
still
fuck.
gets everywhere. Glitter like fuck.
Glitter like I would have your crafts room like Dexter. Do you like all the plastic around the walls so it
It would
couldn't.
still get out.
It's not that, and it's
It
not
would
that I'm
still
like
get out.
my husband's probably listening to this right now going like, David, you are not this tidy person, but I just don't like. I don't want you giving me a job I'm gonna have to do fucking later on. Do you know what I mean?
Do you want to hear something you're going to hate?
Go.
Arlene Foster.
You bastard! You know very well. I took a panic attack to her face on the front of the Irish News. She was,
She copied your haircut and you changed it, didn't you?
I did. Fucking bastard.
There's glitter on our Christmas tree.
Glitter on the dance floor.
And
There's glitter on your Christmas tree.
why's your Christmas tree up?
it's not up. I'm saying the Christmas tree we'll get, like that we'll have, it's like a wee fake
You put
tree.
it back in a
Do you
box
put your
and just
Christmas tree up yourself?
Yeah.
You had to get it. Ooh, did you end up in the hospital or what? Took you a minute, but you got there. You got there.
It took me a minute. It took me 5.
And for the next 3 months after Christmas, like the cats are covered in glitter. Like
But see, we do this. Ours doesn't have glitter, but it is a real tree. So 5 years after Christmas, you will find a little pine needle from
yes.
yonder years, and it's like a wee,
It's
you
a
know,
memory of
Yeah.
Christmas of yesteryear.
yeah, exactly.
No, wait. No,
ghost of Christmas past.
So back to so
strawberries.
before my
From my
man. So
man.
me and Alan were going to have a wee bowl of strawberries and cream, and Alan put his hand into the cupboard, and as he pulled his hand out, like a knife flicked up in the cupboard and ripped it. And Alan went, David. So he's like, you all right, sweetheart? And he goes, I think we've got a problem. And he released the pressure on his finger, and it pure Halloween squirted right up our wall, like this here. And I was like, oh God. So blood, Alan doesn't not deal
I'm
with
funny
blood.
about fingers though, and like sort.
His face went ashen. So I had to like go, I said, right, you have to close your eyes. And I sat him down, stuck his finger under the sink, and then like he was
See
in
the damage?
He was no, it was awful. It was like a book. It was like honestly,
Oh
God.
Jesus!
Can't. Sorry, I'm having a hard
It
time
was
here.
right down to it was right
Stop
through,
it.
and I looked and I was like, do you know when I looked at it and I went, oh,
Hospital.
he can't know of it. He can't know of this.
We're just gonna wrap this up and let the doctor see it because it's just there's nothing wrong with it,
Well,
but we just
I-
want to show your lovely finger off.
He,
Is that
I
okay?
got him to close his eyes and stick his finger under the cold tap to sort of try to, you know, like stop.
Get rid of the blood,
blood
so
flow.
she can see what the
And
situation
then
is.
while he was doing that, I was cleaning the kitchen because
couldn't see
he
it.
couldn't see. Then when he opened his eyes, he couldn't see it. Like do you know, like one of them movies where they put like the black light around our kitchen and it would look like somebody had actually been murdered. Because it was way up the wall like this. So then I had to bring. And luckily enough, I had just passed
Sorry,
my test.
trigger warning, maybe.
Trigger warning for blood.
Hemophobes.
Hemophobes. Trigger warning for
Hemo and homophobes.
Homophobes.
Homo hemophobes, you're fucked.
CW content warning, gays and blood.
Yeah.
Not together.
Homeophobes.
Homeophobe.
Homo hemophobes.
Yeah.
Homo. But it was I had to like and then I put him in my coat, in his jammies, I had just passed my driving test, so I was able to
Alan.
drive him to like Ulster Hospital because we lived in Ards at the time, and it was just like, but God love Alan, he obviously had to get stitches, but Alan thought that when you got stitches, they like darned it. Do you know that like it was one continuous like wee like seam up your finger that you didn't get like.
Did they not do that?
No, it's you get like, do you know they say you get stitches, so they put like a suture or stitch, so you do one snip, one snip.
Oh, really?
So you get like, so depending on how many you need,
I didn't
it's
even know
one at a
that
time.
myself.
Alan thought that you were gonna get like a wee
Suture?
singer handy stitch right underneath the thing. It was
That
gonna be
is
one.
no information to me.
I had to get 7 stitches up my forehead. I bust my head open one time.
How'd you do that?
Head but a wall by accident.
By accident, was it? Or
Were
was
you
it a wee
raging?
rage?
No, I was only 14 and I was having a free gaff. And mates were messing about in the house and they were throwing this beanbag into a ceiling fan.
How'd you get that cool scar? Well, we had a free house. Yeah. Party. Yeah. 14. Fuck. Right. Okay. Beanbag. Ceiling fan. Nightmare.
Game over.
So I
Game
went
over.
to jump to catch the beanbag and
Jumping like fuck.
jumped
Jumping
like fuck
for
into
that
the
fucking
wall.
beanbag.
Did you have to phone your wee mommy and daddy and say I need to go hospital? Did you?
What did they say?
Scundered.
Scundered.
I don't even remember.
Do you know this scar?
I think it was probably
See, said, wanna know
concussed.
how I got these scars?
I
See-
joined the Merchant Navy.
Did you see that frisson of fear that you were talking about, like where Alan went, he blanched?
Yes.
There's a scar right here. You can see it's a little line. Now it's years and years old.
It's
Right?
very, very, very faint
It's
now.
very faint now. But I will never forget it because it was the day before Curtis was coming over for the first time. Right?
So you're already a wee bit stressed.
No, sorry, it was the day that Curtis was coming over.
Uh-huh.
So he's coming over that afternoon. So I was naturally cleaning like fuck.
Cleaning the house like fuck.
Cleaning the house like fuck. Like this needs to be. He needs to think that I am a respectable.
You've
member
never
of
cleaned the
society.
house as much since.
Get
Yes,
rid of all
ever.
the cream.
Once you get from on
rid of-
Doherty-Jebb the last
I did. I
time.
had to have a shower and get the cream off me, right? And off my ditties, my sour ditties. And
Look at how sour that is.
I had broke a glass and I threw it into the black bag of rubbish. And then I twisted the bag and I carried the bag. So once I had everything, the house was fucking clean as fuck. And I brought the bag downstairs and put it into the bin. And maybe, and like, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to push that bin bag down.
Ah, Bronagh.
I forgot
With the glass
that
bit.
the glass was in, and I and I pushed down on it with
Did you
all
pure
my
CPR'd?
weight. I CPR'd it, and the palm I felt.
Oh.
You know, whenever you know it's bad because it isn't sore right
Because
away.
it's not sore.
But I knew, and then I just got this like raven moment, like where I saw the glass, and I went, I have done fucked myself.
It was
up.
at this moment that Bronagh realised she'd fucked up.
Yeah. So I went, and I couldn't even look at it, right? And I'm not normally, it's not blood purpose, but things to do with hands and fingers really do creep me out.
Yes.
So instead I walked in and I sat on the stairs that lead up to my apartment, and the guy
Bleeding like fuck.
bleeding like fuck, and the guy that actually, it didn't even bleed right away, that's how deep it was.
It was real deep.
And the guys that lived in the apartment across the way walked
How
up and they
deep
were like
is your
mid-conversation, and they were like, yeah, so I says it, fuck me, Bronagh, you're a terrible colour. And he actually said, he went, Bronagh, you're great, are you okay, what's happened? And I was like, lads, I've cut myself. And they were like, is it bad? And I went, I don't know, but it needs you to look for me. And one of them went, I can't look, Bronagh, I can't, I'll collapse, you may get him to do it. And he was like, I can't fall. I was like, well, why don't you just look and tell me
What's the damage?
what the damage is? And they had to look, and they were like, it is deep, but it's not bleeding that bad. I reckon you could just stick that together yourself. So I did. I got, you know, the wee dumbbells and stuff, and like stuck my hand together
yes.
and just taped it over and pretended it didn't happen. And honestly, it was actually fine. Once
Mind
I just
over matter?
pretended. Yeah,
Aye.
I pretended that it didn't happen.
It's all them people that get like cut up. What's their fucking problem? Just
Super glue.
just super glue.
Yeah,
Mind
people
over
do that
matter.
a lot, like drummers and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Aye.
the drummer from Blink 182, he used to glue his hands all the time because he would cut them.
I
Isn't
had
that
a
what super
massive.
glue was like invented for.
I think so.
Yeah, I had a massive one in my hand there, and it was like.
What about
flipping.
your cut?
The
Yeah.
hospital just glued it, but it wasn't. It wasn't like normal super glue. It was like medical. So
Yeah,
like,
they
dissolves,
call it
like,
Dermabond.
whatever the fuck it is. Like.
But Bronagh just gaslit her fucking hemoglobin into saying it didn't happen.
Didn't
You're
happen.
not.
Do you want to know, actually, before we get on to our swear down, I'll share this. I actually have been trying to remember this recently, and I went, I can't. I effectively trauma blocked something.
Uh-huh.
And now I can't remember. Right. So I remember waking up in uni, being really, really, really hungover, and going. I remember there was something had happened, and I didn't want to deal with it. And I went, just pretend it didn't happen because you're hungover, and if you deal with it right now, you'll have a nervous breakdown. So pretend it didn't happen.
Oh no.
And I was like, pretend it didn't happen. And I just went about my day and pretended it didn't happen. And then I had this memoir and volunteer a few months ago where I was like, do you remember I pretended something didn't happen and it worked?
No, I can't remember.
And then I went, what was that? And for the life of me, fucking worked. It's brilliant. I can't remember what it was.
You're gonna knock somebody over one day.
Didn't
You're
even
gonna,
happen.
somebody gonna be on like the footpath, remind you of somebody from this awful trauma, and you're just gonna mount the curb and kill them.
No, to be fair, I think I just slept with
What
somebody.
you, what
that
you
I shouldn't
forgot
have
was
slept
all for
with.
driving lessons.
There's all over driving.
Yeah. Like
How
it
to walk?
was. I just went with somebody or something. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like somebody
And I
didn't
was,
maybe
that I
thought
didn't
that,
want to.
Yes.
And was like, ugh. I think it was that. I went with somebody, was like, pretend it didn't happen, and then it'll be okay. And
I really want to know what it was.
yeah, I do you know what? I have a few theories of what it
Sure.
was, but I'll not put them on here in case the theories are watching.
I have a theory.
A theory wig.
Oh.
Do you want to do our swear down?
Swear down.
So
Well,
this is an insult for this week, and it's themed.
themed, and I think this is very like from this part of the world.
Do-do-do-do, swear down.
Swear down. She's screaming like a banshee.
He's wailing like a banshee.
Went screeking like a banshee. Screeking.
Yeah, but you know, banshees, if you're not from Ireland, for our like 3 listeners and watchers that aren't from here.
In Barbados.
In Barbados.
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 Puerto Rico.
We have Frank actually, and Frank lives in America, so I'll have you know. So Frank,
California, isn't it?
California.
California.
California. I'd love to meet you, Frank, if you're ever over. Hit me up. Don't shoot me up. Hit me up. But yeah, a banshee is an old wench. So banshee.
Banshee literally means woman fairy.
Woman fairy.
In
So
Ashgilga.
they're usually always made out to be like real.
They're harbingers
banshee-
of death.
Is a harbinger of death, not a bringer of death.
No.
People mistake that. A banshee is just a harbinger of death. You were going to die anyway, but if you
Yes.
see her, you know about it.
Well, the way I thought it
Or
was,
you know
is that
somebody's
if
gonna die.
you are the person who doesn't hear the banshee, you're the one who's going to die. So if
You-
everybody else can hear the banshee except you, you're the one who's
There's
going to
like
die.
so many different theories about her.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I'm so superstitious in my own right about certain things that I will still, if I hear a cat crying in the middle of the night, logic will tell me that's a cat.
But it
But-
could be.
But my childhood tells me that could very possibly be a banshee.
How many people were scarred mentally
Darby O'Gill and the
by
Little
Darby
People.
O'Gill and the Little People on the banshee scene?
So we did this. We were talking about this with Synthusia. I think it was off camera.
Yeah.
And we showed her after. And I was like, look, that's... And here, it was Sean.
What?
It was Sean Connery.
Sean Connery and
I
Darby
know,
O'Gill and the
I know.
Little
So
People.
because I was like, it's Sean Connery. And you guys were like, nah, it wouldn't be Sean
No,
Connery.
Synthusia said that.
Synthusia said it wouldn't be Sean Connery. And I was like, no, it is Sean. And then I gaslit myself. I was like, that shows you. How do you know you have childhood trauma? Blatant facts that you know. You'll still question if
Yeah.
somebody doubts you.
Because you just
Do you
want
know
to
what I
people
mean?
please.
Yeah.
Just, oh,
I
okay,
was
you're
like,
right.
Maybe it isn't. Maybe I made that
I'm
up.
wrong. You don't
The
want.
other boy in Darby O'Gill, Darby,
Darby.
is from the Falls Road.
Stop
He's
it.
from the Falls.
Yeah.
Yes, I think my
Yes.
dad told me this.
Yes, I mean.
Or your dad might have told me this.
Somebody told me it. I mean, it's not based on any type of fact.
He lived down on the
Falls
Falls Road.
It's very much based on something we want to believe.
No,
rather
he
than
did.
something
He
that is
lived up
true.
like
Yeah.
Saltwater Street or something where the rock was. Like,
Very
up-
right. Correct.
there you go. See, it must be true. 'Cause
Must be true.
either that or it's a folly of you. But no, he definitely was. And she is in it. And can I just say, so I watched, I was terrified. I couldn't tell you what the Banshee and Darby. If you haven't seen Darby O'Gill and the Little People, treat yourself.
Go this tonight. Well, no, tonight's
it
be
now.
Saturday.
Tonight is Saturday. Do it.
Do
It's
it.
a Saturday.
Saturday night. Watch
Enjoy
Darby O'Gill and the
yourself.
Little People.
He went to our school.
I
Did he go to
noticed.
Corpus or to St. Mary's?
Mary's.
Darby O'Gill
I
did?
know the
Darby
family. Like,
Darby himself.
You know their family?
yeah, they lived like a couple of doors down from my granny.
The
Aye.
O'Gills.
Aye, well, the Sharps.
The O'Gill.
The O'Gills.
So the thing is, a banshee will haunt
Darby O'Gill.
only certain families.
Is my Gwen O'Gill?
Bueno kill. Rental kill.
Rental kill. But yeah, but there's like lots of different. The Banshee figure falls into like lots and lots of different folklores across like Europe and South America. So
Listen, she's fucking Irish. We had her first, right?
So you've got like La Lavandière en Blanc, which is like the white washer woman, and she cries.
So that means it is true, because of all other, of lots of other cultures think
La
that this
Llorona.
person, it's, what,
La
not on me,
Llorona.
I'm with you.
La Llorona.
La Llorona.
The Llorona is like the wailing woman. So this wailing woman who's like gonna
just
somebody's
thought that
gonna
was my
die.
ma.
Like wailing, you're on a fucking one today. But it was
But you know the way from far away, so if you're looking out the window and you see the Banshee, she'll look like a beautiful woman. She's usually combing her hair. And if you're up close, she's really old. So it's a bit like Madonna from far.
She's a bit of a Monet.
Yeah, a Monet.
She's
yeah.
like, yeah, she's like really nice from afar, but up close, messed up. Butterface, great fit. Butterface, great body, Butterface.
Body of Baywatch, face of crime.
Face of crime watch. But it's but do you not think like that was a thing like shut up, you're scricking there like a banshee. Like it's like you're like,
or did you hear her last night out wailing like a banshee? The neighbour next door. She's carrying on like a banshee.
Aye.
You know? But I think I love the banshee. I think I am a banshee. I have an affinity with the banshee.
Because we have like an Irish word.
She's a gurney bastard.
Like an Irish word for crying that has entered the English language because it is so specific is to keen.
Aye.
So that's like an Irish word.
Keenan.
And
I love
it's so
that.
specific because it's like you're not just crying. A keen
is a mournful, heartbroken cry.
It's coming straight out of your heart. Like you are not even.
And it's usually described like for like women keen. It's said, but Keenan is I love that. It's usually a grief-stricken cry.
It's grief. Your heartbroken. It's like it's almost like an animal sound. You're not even if you find yourself keening, you're probably not even in control of yourself at that point. You're so far gone and into the grief.
The Gaelic word for crying is keenu.
Keenu.
Where it would come from.
So that's where it comes from. So it's an
where it
Irish
comes
word.
from.
Yeah.
Ikenu. So whenever you say ikenu, is that just crying?
Yeah.
Egg keenu.
Egg kenu. So what would you say like? I was crying.
Female kinu.
Fine kenu.
Female.
Female kenu.
Egg kinu, yeah.
And what does that directly translate into? Is that like crying was upon me, or
No, I was crying.
I was crying.
Like fuck.
Like fuck.
Exactly. I was crying like fuck. And that's like
Keenan.
Keenan is.
And Kale.
Keenan and Kale. Keenan and Kales.
Yeah, Keenan and Kales.
I was Keenan and Kales because I missed my fucking bus and I couldn't get out of it.
Terrible. Keenan all over the Kales.
Keenan and Kales.
Fucking on the outskirts of Fermanagh for 3 hours.
I'd be there.
I'm not too keen on going to Kales now.
Keen on Kales.
Yeah. If you have enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing to our Patreon. We would absolutely love to have you as a wee part of our crew.
Yeah. Or reach out. We've got like a lot of my lovely worky ones that I work with during the day. The lovely Lily and the lovely Colleen and all those sorts of people are all listening.
Hiya Lily, hiya Colleen.
So like they're listening in and they're like, oh, I heard the podcast and you and Bronagh are queer crack.
Aww.
So
we love you loads.
Yes,
so do reach out, enjoy yourselves.
Reach out to me.
I was actually thinking, I'll be there.
What's the next bit?
Oh, yeah. Right. And enjoy. And also please follow the Kitsch Sisters on Instagram.
Oh, please do.
Like, share, follow. And tell your wee mavs asking I enjoyed that wee episode.